Children, today our topic is interior of the earth. You can see I have made certain abbreviations, that is Si, that is silica, Al, that is aluminium, and Ma, that is magnesium. Man's knowledge about Earth's interior is very limited. Most of the information about Earth's interior is gathered through indirect sources. It is believed that the Earth's surface is consists of three parts: crust, mantle, and core. Let's take example. If this is a cross section of the Earth's surface, then the upper part, that is the rocky part, is the crust, mantle is the second layer, and core is the third layer. Crust is also known as lithosphere because the term lithos means rocks. It is also known as rockosphere. Crust is divided into two parts, Sial and Sima. As I already mentioned, crust means outermost layer and composed of rocks. Sial is silica and aluminium, whereas Sima is silica and magnesium. Sial is the continental layer, whereas Sima is the oceanic layer. Sial is made up of granite rocks, whereas Sima is made up of basalt. The upper crust is made up of Sial and lower layer is Sima. Since the land surface, the width is more, and the oceanic surface, the width is less, it has been found that land surface contains both Sial and Sima, but oceanic surface contains only Sima. As I already mentioned, Sima means Sial, that is silica and magnesium, is containing the heavier material. So Sial, being made up of lighter elements, always floats on Sima. Moving to the next part. The second layer, that is the mantle, composed of magnesium, iron silicates with substantial quantities of sulfides. Like crust, mantle also consists of two layers. Upper mantle, that is known as asthenosphere, and lower mantle known as mesosphere. The third and the innermost part or the centralmost part of the Earth's surface is the core. Core contains nickel and iron. That is why the expression Nef is given to it. Like crust, mantle, core is also divided into two parts, the outer core and the inner core. The outer core is made up of liquid materials, whereas the inner core is made up of solid materials. Why? The reason behind this is compression of the overlying layers that keeps the material in solid state. Because above the core we have the crust, the mantle, and the outer core. That is why the pressure of these three layers creates compression, which ultimately keeps the material in solid state. So let us recapitulate again. The Earth's surface consists of three parts: crust, mantle, and core. Crust is known as lithosphere, the outermost layer, and composed of rocks. It is divided into two parts, Sial and Sima, silica and aluminium, Sima, silica and magnesium. Sial is the continental layer, whereas Sima is the oceanic layer. Sial is made up of granitic rocks, whereas Sima is made up of basalt rocks. The surface, that is the land surface, the width is more. Oceanic surface, width is less. The reason behind it: land surface contains both Sial and Sima, but oceanic surface contains only Sima. Sial, being made up of lighter elements like silica and aluminium, always floats on Sima. The second layer is the mantle, composed of magnesium, iron silicates with substantial quantities of sulfides. Like crust, mantle consists of two layers: upper layer, that is asthenosphere, and the lower layer, that is mesosphere. The last part and the innermost part is core. Central part contains nickel and iron, and that is why the term Nef is given to it. Like crust, mantle, and core is divided into two parts, outer and inner. Outer core is made up of liquid. Inner core is in solid state. Why? Because of the compression over it by the overlying layers that keeps the material in solid state. In my next video, I'll be explaining the discontinuities that is present in between the layers of the earth structure. Thank you, children.